Alright, we're up. And we are playing MainFrames.
Quick, everyone start reciting personal information.
Well, my social security number.
Hey,
Wait, that's
like
not that interesting anymore. That's not that interesting anymore. That's been told to everyone.
Why would you need more than one?
Every time I hear the phrase mainframe, like I know it's a computer term, but it always makes me think of that show ReBoot.
Mm-hmm.
What an
I mean,
embarrassing
this will make you think of ReBoot, I think.
I don't want to think of ReBoot.
Too bad.
framing the mains.
Novel for its time. Also, we didn't have cable, so it was like the most different thing that we had.
Finally, cartoons from the future. Canada has come from the future.
That's a very chonky 3.5-inch floppy drive. Floppy disk, I mean.
Notch taken out of it.
Thicker than a zip disk.
You're body shaming it.
We need to bring back those extremely misguided, gigantic Commodore 64 5.25-inch drives that had to have an entire goddamn computer in them because Commodore was insane.
I did not even know that 7-inch floppy disks existed until my late 30s.
Really?
Yeah. They were not the standard for very long.
I mean, you never had something with a B drive?
You're thinking of 5.25-inch.
Oh, my bad.
There were 7-inch floppies, even bigger.
Yeah. Enormous shit
bigger.
that mostly stored shit that NASA made.
So, game question. What is your character? And also, why is it humping things?
Why wouldn't it?
Huh?
Suddenly got Chrome's attention. Okay, it is a disc, a floppy. I see it
He's a
now.
little floppy.
Again, I put forward, why wouldn't it?
It was not quite as obvious with the darker background. It makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so you're jumping from one window to another.
I'm floppying.
Do we have a
Like that.
goal? Is there
with a wall jump?
It's
I
a
believe the
penguin!
gold flop.
It's a penguin!
Oh my god.
This is adorable.
Is it Tux?
Oh no, Tux Racers.
This is fun.
So the penguin is just here to tell you that you have... Oh no.
I took
What
the
is
wrong entrance.
I'm so confused. Oh no!
So it's Celeste, but starring a floppy disk.
I mean, it's a little different in control, but looks like it.
Yes.
A little bit early. I'm hearing Game Boy Advance noises.
I'm humming the theme of like kicking a tiny thief from Golden Axe.
You gotta make sure to twirl at the peak of your jump. Oh no, that's not what the
Yeah, like at the bottom of the jump.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's all Gogglebob's fault.
Well, the orange window is also a little bit narrower.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which is helpful.
Oh yeah, example has an advantage.
Can you use the box above you to do something about that?
Yeah, no, can't quite get far enough with that.
Mm.
I almost jumped with... I can actually jump with the shadow if I time it right. Maybe I just have to believe in myself more. Like, stop pulling away preemptively. Oh, yeah, there we
Never believe in yourself.
go. There's little dudes in this. Okay, sometimes I can jump on little dudes, sometimes I can't.
What did you do to that one?
I think I got him out of the way.
You killed it!
What?
It's okay, he's went upstairs.
Is it a sword? Oh my god.
No, it's a cursor. Cursors work like cursors.
Oh. What are you playing this on?
This is Nintendo Switch.
The good old
It's on a
watch. It's probably on everything.
So how new is this?
I believe it came out last week.
Wow.
Significantly too new.
That was way too enthusiastic of a wow for that. I'm sorry.
It's
It
okay.
didn't deserve it. It hasn't
We're
earned
all
it.
allowed to be excited.
Dude on top of the screen? Is that the dude you stepped on?
I think so.
It is.
Oh no, what's the red? Red is bad?
Red is bad, it appears.
Oh no! The little dude at the top was like, just making faces. That's
He gets angry at me, I think.
Can't say I blame him.
Yeah. Completely deserved anger.
Wait, didn't you just do this level? Oh no, the walls are slightly different. Swap them. I understand that okay, that wasn't what I meant. You got to be in the box, the red, because you're not going to be able to jump over that taller wall. Maybe you will. All right, whatever. Prove me wrong.
I'm laterally thinking.
This is confused face. I mean, like, puzzle games are my jam, but you're gonna need to move that window again. This is not gonna work. But what do I know? As he continues to do it.
This penguin is helpful. He reminds me to think laterally.
Amen. What the? Okay.
Hey.
O's. Oh, now you done messed up. Can you?
Done messed up.
Bumpsh.
Bump
Aw.
Dutch.
That's cute. Does it make a silly sound effect too?
It just makes a bump noise. So it looks like I can collect little dudes.
Oh no. I'm not sure if that's healthy or terrifying. Why do you have so many options to exit from this screen? Oh goodness.
Branching paths.
The penguin tells me to take the easiest path, so that makes sense.
You're just gonna listen to what the penguin tells you to do?
I mean, I have spent my entire life listening to penguins and never been steered wrong.
Fucking Linux asshole.
Oh wait, I forgot about that one. I hate that one. I will say that I have a lot of problems with Scott Adams, but I appreciated the fact that he always took the time to make fun of Linux users.
Broken clock. Okay, let's see if my phone can deal with Twitch.
I'll tell you, the game is supposed to look like that.
Hey, I want solitaire.
Good!
Hey!
Okay, so you can't move the ones with the triple lines at the top? Or on... Is that... am I-
It looks like the ones that are, like, darkened, I can't move.
Okay.
This fucking thing looks like something I would get as a shareware in 1994.
I mean, I feel like that's the exact aesthetic they're going
That's
for.
definitely its intended aesthetic, but Jesus. I play fucking Spin Doctor on the school's Apple IIGS.
Collect them. Why not just jump up? There's a...
There's a little dude over there. I want to get the little dude.
Oh, now all of a sudden it's a Pokemon. Got it.
We crave the small dudes.
Now that I know that they are my living audience, I'm all about them.
You have an audience.
Right? What are we, chop liver? Am I nothing to you?
Secret to everybody.
Let's see here.
You do everything I can. Holding on to what I am. Telling I'm a Superman.
We may not have Tony Hawk, but we still have Tony Hawk.
You have Tony Hawk at home. I could do an entire series of streams that are We Have Tony Hawk at Home, and then Effie and shit like Razor Freestyle Scooter. You're not ready for that.
Goggle Bob, there's a red thing at the top of that.
I mean, you got to pay attention to red things.
Try not to die. Oh, what's that?
I don't know. But if it dies, I die, apparently.
Oh god. Oh no!
Can't believe you would kill it.
Am I supposed to
do you
get
keep
it to
dropping
the
it?
elevator?
Can you move the dark screens or only the light screens?
Yeah, I can't move the dark screens.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm a Superman.
Trying to do buttons, don't know what they do. Just this dude. He kind of messes up my jump. I can't... Oh, wait, what?
You
Oh, I can
jump
bump
without it?
him. Oh, so maybe I get him to the elevator?
Well, don't hit the red thing.
Nope.
How long are you supposed to shuffle cards anyway?
Forever.
As long as you like it.
Well, that made perfect sense for
Until your
everybody.
opponent is satisfied, I believe, is the real answer.
Was different.
Yeah, this is a game where stuff happens, and we don't necessarily know why.
I feel like that's most games.
True.
Right?
I don't know why anything happens, honestly.
I mean, that is the mystery of the universe, isn't it?
I feel like there's a lot more mysteries.
You can move those windows.
Bump, bump, bump. Key.
You're like hell-bent on not
Man.
doing it. Or
Mine's
you've already
Goggle
done it and
Bob.
the lag is just there.
When's Goggle Bob going to play Microshaft Wind Blows?
What is that?
I'm gonna play Pissed, the not sequel to Min.
Good old
Oh.
Piss. Piss actually advertised a sequel called Driven?
Of course it did.
Driven, the sequel to Pissed.
Yeah. Micro for okay.
No, I said it's your penguin buddy again.
Yeah.
Yay.
For Chrome's curiosity and benefit question mark. Microshaft Windblows was a novelty program from the 90s that was designed to just sort of parody the existence of Windows, Bill Gates, people just being pissed off at their Windows 95 installation.
Hmm.
That's about it. It's in that class of thing where like we would probably call it a game, but it's really more just a piece of interactive software with about the level of interactivity of a Jumpstart kindergarten game.
I'm familiar with Jumpstart.
Yeah, the higher into the grades you got, the more the Jumpstart games turned into games. But like those, when you're in like kindergarten and first grade, 90% of it is just like you click on something and like something explodes into color and then disappears. I clicked a button and now the dog won't stop dancing and singing. I miss multimedia software, not because it was actually fun, but because it often showcased like the fact that it could be marketed to anyone meant that you were seeing games that were of similar complexity for literal toddlers and 30-year-olds.
I had a blast playing Monty Python's Complete Waste of Time.
That at least acknowledged what it was, but it is also mostly just click things and something weird happens. The developers of Microshaft Windblows were called Parroty Interactive and made a number of games that were mostly just excuses to make the lamest jokes you'd ever seen.
Star Wars!
God, yeah, but how did they...
You know,
Good day
Hey.
and welcome. We're in a computer.
okay.
Welcome.
I mean, that's multi-leveled because if we're all on computers listening to this, then you are the people in the computer.
Welcome to
Wow.
people. Okay, I'm looking at the full list
Wise guy.
of Parroty Interactive games. Like, the actual best one is Pissed because it has John Goodman badly singing a song called I'm Pissed. Okay, we had Pissed. That was their first. Star Warped. The X Schools. And Microshaft Wind Blows 98. And then they canceled Driven, the sequel to Pissed.
I refuse to believe. I believe that the reason they canceled that was because they literally didn't play Riven and had no idea what to do.
I don't think they played that much Mist.
I mean, they at least had the island in there, correct?
Yeah, like the concept behind Pissed is kind of funny. This idea of like everyone's been to Mist Island, so it's horribly like it's broken and littered over and disgusting now. And then they had no second joke.
Yeah, that was it.
No further thought. John Goodman is there, and he's called King Mattress.
And I don't think there was even anything really to do. Like, all the puzzles were broken.
Yeah, like I said, like these games were games only in a very strange sense. They were multimedia, and they were an excuse to, like, you click on something, and something weird happens. I'm pissed. I'm going to go look up the full lyrics to I'm Pissed.
If John Goodman can sing it, you can too.
Surely. I won't be beloved for it, but I can do it.
Who's to say that?
Listen, I'm not going to get the publicity that John Goodman got for singing on Piss.
Which he then turned to star in Blues Brothers 2000.
Listen, he's probably the best part of Blues Brothers 2000.
I was about to say that was a very maligned movie because of everything they tried to do with it.
No, it's fairly maligned.
Big fan of the Blues Brothers 2000 N64 game, which has a lot of dancing and skeletons for some reason.
And also a lot of rhythm games that are completely impossible.
It's a very strange game. I should play some of it sometime. I'm sitting here in my living room and just can't seem to shake the gloom. I'm pissed. Man, I just can't seem to change my ugly mood. Yes, I am one unhappy dude. I'm pissed.
But it sounds like John Goodman. Oh my god.
I'm trying so hard. I'm doing everything I can. I could turn on my big TV, but no one up there looked like me. Makes me pissed. I change the channel, switch the switch, get the same old stupid pitch. Man, I'm pissed. And in the background, there's like this, this chorus of women singing. In the background, there's this chorus of women singing like, switch the channel. It's incredible. So it's a musical experience.
Have they ever interviewed John Goodman and he explained, like, what the hell he was thinking?
I think he was willing to do most anything. Like, that's one of the things that I'm willing to always, like, I will always respect someone who's like, nah, man, acting's just a job. I'll just take jobs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the answer to what was John Goodman thinking is usually the paycheck.
Like, I have nothing but respect for someone who treats acting like this is just work. I do my work. A bunch of oily superstars trying to sell me shoes and cars. Oh, I'm pissed.
Okay, that time it sounded kind of prospector-ish.
Yeah, a little bit. It's tough. It's tough to maintain a John Goodman. But yeah, just a genuinely bizarre. It, like, has nothing to do with the game. Has nothing to do with really anything. For 3 minutes, John Goodman just sings about being pissed off about basically nothing.
He's pissed.
He's very good at that, though.
Yeah, No, I mean, he's entertaining in everything he's in. He's the best part of that game, and it's not close.
Oh, well, I mean, again, you keep saying game like it doesn't deserve all of the air quotes in the world.
Like, at this point, I feel like I've given enough caveats that people understand what I'm using for that. He is the best thing in that piece of software, and it's not close. Looking forward to when this goes up on the website, and Kako Bob takes a bullet point to rate my John Goodwin impersonation out of 10.
Now I'm reading John Goodman Wikipedia.
Important Wikipedia.
What other games has he been in?
Oh, he's done a bunch, hasn't he? Oh, games? I don't know. Never mind.
I was gabbing about bad FMV games with Ample Vigour a while ago because I was rambling about beloved nonsensical mystery FMV game Ripper.
Ripper?
Yeah, Ripper is about the Cyberjack the Ripper, and it also bases an entire puzzle around the lyrics to Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Of course.
Because if you pronounce it really fucking weird, Ripper can almost sound like Reaper if you try very hard.
So other than Pissed, all the other video games he's done voices for are related to movies he's been in.
Which makes sense. Although a lot of people don't bother, so I kind of respect that too.
So King Ralph for the Super Nintendo.
Well, you got the Flintstones.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yes.
About you.
Emperor's New Groove. I didn't realize there was a video game for that.
Yeah, there's a PS1 game. I'm kind of surprised that he bothered.
Groove Center. No, I think this is a computer game. Disney's Activity Center.
Oh no, I'm having a bad memory of like other very stupid Disney video game trivia I'm remembering. That being...
Well, I mean, the rest of the voices are, he's Sully in Monsters, Inc., so there's a whole bunch of Monsters, Inc. and related...
activity centers.
Yeah.
I regret to inform you I must now share this horrible trivia. I am reminded of in the on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, there was a Disney Jungle Book licensed knockoff of Dance Dance Revolution called the Jungle Book Rhythm and Groove.
Oh no.
And for some ungodly reason, one of the songs included on that is a cover of I Wanna Be Like You as performed by Mr. Mambo No. 5 himself, Lou Bega. And that could only have ever happened. There's like 1 year where that could have happened and no other time. Also included is a music video for this cover where Lou Bega and a number of children go down into a weird basement and find like a bunch of horrible CG abomination versions of Jungle Book characters ripped from the FMV cutscenes of this PlayStation game. It's one of the most unfortunate and surreal objects I have ever seen.
Did John Goodman voice Baloo in Tailspin?
I don't believe so.
I don't think Tailspin on the NES had voices.
No, I mean in the cartoon.
No.
King of the swingers, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop. And that's what's bothering me. I want to be a man cub. Just like the other man. Oh, be too. I want to be like
that was Ed Gilbert.
I have to think a lot about that time that they like persuaded Christopher Walken to sing just long enough to have him sing a weird mobbed up version of I Want to Be Like You. Perhaps the most important thing to ever have come out of a Disney live action remake.
Oh, there was one other game that John Goodman did a voice for that was not movie adjacent. It was Rage.
Oh, the It game. Weird.
He was in Rage? What does it list as the character?
Dan Hagar.
Okay.
Ooby
Brother to
I
Sandy
want to
Hagar.
talk like you. I want to walk like you. Talk like you too.
This is, I mean, yes, this is computer Celeste, but already it's showing some, like, neat ideas. I'm liking this. There's, like, I'm basically playing with scroll bars now.
I'm tired of mugging around. Oh, ooby-doo. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you.
Can you still move the window?
No, what it is, like, right now, when I move the control pad right for any reason, it extends one of these windows. And so, like, if I'm doing it while I'm just standing against a wall, then it extends the window, like, permanently, but then once I'm not standing against a wall, then I have to either keep up moving right or bad things happen.
Well, that's not very permanent at all, is it?
No.
But I meant, because it's got the dotted lines around it, does that mean that you can move it so it's a little bit closer so it doesn't disappear as quickly?
Yeah, no, I can't move it closer, but I can extend other things.
That's what she said.
Heyo.
Oh, hey, that's magic.
Yeah, no, this is a very clever little game, and I'm liking it. I thought I was going to like it just for, like, I'm a computer guy and I like these kind of aesthetics, but it's good for
The
other
mechanics
reasons.
are clever.
Oh shit.
Wanna be just like the other men. I'm tired of mugging around. Oh, ooby-doo. I want to be like you.
You missed your little dude.
I had to go back for my little dude.
My dudes.
And the little dudes hanging out in the borders are, like, they're clearly some kind of collectible, but there's no explanation, and I'm okay with that.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
When can it be Friday?
Unfortunately, not soon enough.
Didn't TGI Fridays get bought out by investors and collapsed?
I don't
Probably.
feel like that has anything to do with whether it can be Friday.
It
I've
can
been
never
to
be
it.
Friday again.
I don't feel like that's true. You need to take the power back, Goggles Bob.
Friday's been rescheduled.
Don't be a
Right.
fucking stooge. I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too.
Okay, purely because you mentioned Blue Oyster Cult earlier, a friend of mine, we were going to like a Christmas party or something at somebody's apartment, and I didn't catch the message. It was just being recited to me, and I didn't realize until we were in the parking lot what was actually being said. The person in the car with me was saying, "We need to look for the Blue Oyster Cult lights."
What?
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
response. I'm like, the fuck is what does a blue oyster cult light look like? And then it turned out, no, he misheard the person giving directions. You know, this was before smartphones, and it was the blue icicle lights. So anytime I ever hear Blue Oyster Cult anything, that's the first thing I think of is the stupid lights.
Of course.
I will briefly bring up the reason that Ripper lives in my brain is that it has a completely baffling cast of human beings in it for this FMV game. My personal favorite being is that it's the last role of Burgess Meredith, which is
Wow.
I don't know how that happened. Tragic. Christopher Walken is in it because, I mean, why not? Sure, he was apparently excited to be in video games because, that's a new thing. I'm going to be in the new thing.
I feel like Christopher Walken's just excited to do anything he does.
I mean, I believe it and I respect it. Again, an actor who who treats it like work and likes working. Nothing but respect. Forgot Ossie Davis and John Rhys Davies were in these. I keep getting surprised by this cast list. Just a very strange FMV game. A game where the identity of the Cyber Jack the Ripper is determined at random at the start of the game, but that also means that most of the clues have to point to everyone, because the game doesn't... They could design 4 entirely different sets of puzzles, and there are 4 suspects. Also, one of the culprits can be one of the first victims somehow. Don't worry about it.
That is called the Jeph Loeb story.
I love the long Halloween.
Exactly. And also Hush. I mean, that's the first.
Yeah, Hush and the Long Halloween are just the same.
Pretty much. Complete with,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
character's
Jeph
dead.
Loeb.
They can't be the secret. Oh, wait.
I just appreciate that your response was, are we talking about Jeph Loeb? Is he the one that ended up with the endless Hulk run that's just like, who is Red Hulk? Who is Red Hulk?
That sounds right. And that was also another situation where
Former President Barack Obama. This is why the Red Hulk is seeing shrouding "Gotta Have Ribs" and "Pussy Too" in every single issue of Red Hulk.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're right. I made this thing work 15 times. I'm good.
Red Hulk
The
is an
mystery
actual
behind the
real
question.
published serial. There's
I gotta
really a
move-
comic book called Red Hulk.
There was at least a few Red Hulk comic books, but realistically, there was just 40 goddamn issues where it's it's the Red Hulk. What is he? Who could he be?
Somehow he's even angrier than the Hulk.
He's angrier and stronger and smarter. He must be unbeatable.
And at one
Oh,
point,
well,
he
he's
was
gone
kind
now.
of able to take Thor's hammer, but not really.
For some reason.
It's like he's unstoppable. He's even tougher than the Hulk. The Hulk has canonically been beaten by Iron Fist. Come on. The problem with
I'm now
the problem with having
imagining.
one of your characters be the hoss of the week showing up is that eventually you just, I don't know how to put it, you end up with a laundry
It turns
list.
out Vegeta is no longer threatening.
Yeah, exactly. Vegeta is no longer threatening. Daredevil. I don't believe Iron Fist has a win over the Hulk, but Daredevil has notched a win over the Hulk.
Well, I mean, he survived the Hulk.
Yeah, but Daredevil has a problem with just,
He
colors?
did not beat Hulk's ass. Let me say that. He did not beat the Hulk's ass. He was very Catholic at the Hulk, and the Hulk... Found something better to do at this time.
Giving up being the Hulk for Len.
First a try. I will say that.
I'm still thinking about the as Disney attempts to reframe and go back to everything that has ever succeeded with Marvel before. I'm imagining if Daredevil does well, are they stupid enough to try to bring back all of them? Are they stupid enough to try to bring back Iron Fist?
I mean,
I kind of hope they are.
Iron Fist was amazing because I feel like it came out just at the time when the average person was starting to have problems with rich people, and at this point things have only gotten worse.
Well,
yeah, but the thing is that Disney as an apparatus and Kevin Feige as a person have both shown themselves completely unable to actually interpret why things fail.
yeah,
They can see that something didn't work, but they have no as an organization, no capacity to reflect on what failed.
you see what they've got right now in their inner sanctum is a giant idea board with World War Hulk was written on it so long ago you can't even erase it. But someone walks up there and crosses out the word Hulk and writes the word woke over it. And everyone just starts hooting like gorillas, beating their chest and dancing in a circle in the boardroom before the man holding the marker is carried on everyone's shoulders and sacrificed to an idol of Walt Disney.
As you do.
I think my personal favorite my personal favorite thing going on with this with Marvel as a concept right now is just you sold people you put out something that is for all intents and purposes Captain America 4, and for some reason its entire plot is the Incredible Hulk 2.
Well, yeah, it's because they don't have the rights to sell.
I'm sure you could come up with something better than whatever they came up with. But I can't imagine a universe where there was even the most deranged diehard fan who was just one day they're gonna pick the leader back up and they're gonna make this all work.
That is a sentence designed to kill people of a certain age. I'm pretty sure if the Raider Dr. Jones were on this call, he would be stroking out as we speak.
I can hear it in my mind. A film that fully is you would never if you were doing this in comic books. Comic books love doing this. This idea of someone gets a bee in their bonnet and they're I need to pick up this plot line from 20 years ago that no one has cared about in decades because I need to get it fixed. I need to finish it.
Hello, my name is Joe Quesada.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alternatively, hello, I would like to write Hobgoblin Lives. Except someone might have actually cared about the Hobgoblin's identity at one point.
I love it when people will pick up, a Marvel comic and be like, "Hey, remember when having J. Michael Straczynski write this shit was a selling point?"
I'm thinking, oh god, fuck. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm remembering when they just brought Tom DeFalco and whoever back, and we're just just try doing the proper version of the Clone Saga. We're just gonna let you go back and clean it up. It's no, the wound had healed. You don't need to rip it open again.
Wait, the proper version of what?
The Clone Saga.
Oh God in heaven!
They brought back freaking Chris Claremont to write X-Men.
Like they just do this thing with comic books. Like once every 20 or so years, there will be some ancient storyline that like the fuckery around it is so obvious and so like a matter of public record that they've like, no, like it's been 20 years, we're gonna come back and we're gonna like clean it up, or like have someone try to do a retelling to fix it or whatever. And that's what Captain America: Brave New World is for the MCU. We left this idea behind decades ago, and like someone had to be in their bonnet about it. They got to do something with it.
Yeah.
And so they just bring it back, and there's no human being other than them who cares.
You know, this means World War Hulk is now old enough that they're going to do this. They're going to do this. They're going to bring it back.
We will launch Mark Ruffalo into space. That would be an unrelated. That would be unrelated.
Sorry, it was just on the agenda. We're sorry.
Yeah.
But tragically, we tried to fire the Hulk into space. It was on a SpaceX rocket, so I guess no more Hulk.
So I guess no more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We put Hulk on a SpaceX rocket, but like he's dead now. But like before he died, he got really, really into like seed oil discourse.
He was somehow angrier than he'd ever been before, which was impressive because it was the least worthy thing of being angry about. Started doing Nazi salutes.
Oh.
It was really painful in there. Like, oh man. But you know, this is what I love. I also love that Marvel is completely like just culturally not ready, not up to this moment.
Not at all.
No.
Which is hilarious, you know, considering that Marvel Comics, you know, for years, got what for decades got what cultural cachet they got by you know not being afraid
being in the moment.
Yeah, to be of the moment, exactly. To be like, oh, this is a social, cultural, political environment we live in, and we're gonna address that. I mean.
And sometimes that'll work, and sometimes that'll be like Dr. Doom sobbing at 9/11. But at least they're trying.
At least they're trying.
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about it seriously, I do feel like, quote unquote, they can't figure out what to do with the X-Men is kind of part and parcel with that, because they
100%.
have an obvious like minority group that they could be using, that they could do like 10,000 metaphors with, like just 1,000 different things.
Crossing metaphors.
Yeah,
I mean, they're yeah.
And they're like, no, let's bring back the leader.
Again, I don't know. There is a there is a moral cowardice at the dark heart of Generation X, and unfortunately, until that particular infection is lanced, I do not know what to do about it.
Man, just like and of course they're also in this this horrible position where they're like, we need to just keep digging. We need to keep looking backwards. This pro wrestling booking idea. Just need to get the thing that was working before. Just need to put that back in front of you. Hulk Hogan can get another run.
I certainly.
With or without what we know now.
Yes.
I could certainly see the Marvel. I don't even know what to call it now. The Marvel apparatus. The people in it just reaching a point like, it's a cyclical business, kid. You know, if for no other reason than just to be, you know, to rather than face, you know, just face the simple truth that people don't want to show up and watch shitty product. I mean, you're making product. It's okay. Most motion pictures are product. Just make good product.
We've seen like this breakdown of basically all of the franchise management aspect of the company is just in tatters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just product, and that's an understanding. But like, you know, it probably has reached the point in the pro wrestling life cycle where it's just like, yep, you booked your big finish, and you don't know how to build new stars.
But what if
What
we
did
brought
it
back
do?
Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh boy.
In many ways, I have to say this: they were like a, someone's going to write this, and when they do, they should rightly have a millstone tied around their neck and be thrown in the ocean.
Oh no.
I'm going to open with that. But in many ways, the Marvel movies were an invasion gimmick. And the problem with an invasion gimmick is that you are completely beholden to whatever built the years or the decades of work that built that heat. And anyone can ride, not anyone, but you can ride an invasion gimmick with, as you said, without learning the slightest bit about how to build something new. And guess what? And it is I don't know whether to call it bad luck or whether they made the problem worse, but this is all happening at a time when the actual craft of filmmaking is more or less dead. Like they're not even interesting. They're not even interesting like input, sensory input.
Like because like what they do is, they'll pull in they love pulling in like these hot indie directors or like people that have just gotten off of something that won a bunch of awards and now they're going to direct a Marvel movie, and you can't tell who directed any of those damn things because it's the studio system. The producer is blind, but they're reliant on you remembering the idea that like, oh yeah, the director, that's the thing that matters. So they just sort of vampirically take this clout as part of the marketing, and then they spit out something that doesn't work, and it doesn't work for the same reasons it always doesn't work, because it's in the scripting process it was some sort of half-formed mess, and then the last third of the film was hastily constructed based on test screenings and how Kevin Feige felt that day when he was visiting the VFX office.
It's Feige, right? They say that. Yeah.
Yeah, Feige.
Yeah. There is no system, There is
It's the whims of the Mad King.
Yeah, which is which is something I suppose we should all be getting more and more used to.
Yeah.
Do not want.
Tariffs will continue until the stock market's morale improves.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not get into it.
Let's not.
I have a lot to say on the matter that I feel none of it is encouraging.
I'm gonna be real with you. I have exactly as good of an odds of retiring as I did 10 years ago.
Yeah. No, we are. It is interesting that millennials have managed to be in the job market for the three worst recessions of the the three worst recessions since
None of you will be spared.
The 21st century.
Well, not just the 21st century, but like
so far.
Yeah, like the Great Recession, the Great Recession, the dot-com crash, and COVID.
And whatever's about to come down the pike.
Whatever's about to come down the pike. Like, all this shit basically blows away everything, coming after 1929. It's really incredible.
There's a big 80s, there's a big one in the 80s. Barely registers.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, stagflation in the 70s.
We're heading towards that again. That'll be fun.
But our
See, most
video game
millennials, though-
graphics are better than ever.
Most millennials don't remember the 70s, though, so I don't know if you really
Yeah.
count that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely not us. But
70s stagflation, I mean, was no picnic, but I would say that, I mean, I have I would not put 70s stagflation up against like 08, 09.
it is easy to memory hole how much of a disaster that was.
It is. It really is.
So don't forget the 2 wars we've been involved in.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. I love that millennials got to. You've seen. Oh god, no. Someone put it really well. He's like, talking. Ex-military guy was talking. He's like, I've been watching millennials die in Afghanistan and Iraq for 20 years. Like, no one gets to talk shit about. No one gets to talk shit about what that cohort of veterans went through.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right now I am playing Hades, and I am just sucking it up. It's a good game.
Speaking of suffering endlessly.
In hell.
No, I like the I kind of like the vibe, which is like.
Oh yeah, no, like, I was more speaking as to what's going on rather than how it feels.
Oh yeah. I've got to say though that I am not. I actually, how can I put this? I really hate roguelikes, just as a rule.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan. But honestly, Hades does not feel like a roguelike. I mean, because when I think of roguelikes, I think of mechanics that dare you to play the game. Sheeran the Wanderer. Like every mechanic in Sheeran the Wanderer was just like was just a thumb in my eye. I can't
run out of food.
Single mechanic in Sheeran the Wanderer that makes you look back and say, "Boy, am I glad I spent time, I spent time in my one wild and precious life on this." Like, I could have been doing better things. I could have gotten into electro swing.
I could have become the single greatest historian on another bad creation and its impact on New Jack Swing.
Exactly. It's like I could have gotten really into Big Daddy Kane in like at a time in my life when let's be real, we're still there, when the only people who want to talk about Big Daddy Kane are other middle-aged men.
Put a quarter in your ass. You played yourself.
But no. But I said all that to say this: one, Sheeran the Wanderer eats my ass, and two, like,
and it does it poorly.
It does it poorly. It does it clumsily, and every decision it makes. Every decision it makes me wonder, like, why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I don't know who this is benefiting at this stage.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, the world calls for what work, and we answer.
God.
But no, but this, I'm playing Hades, and I think one thing about Hades is that, like, it makes light of you losing a run in a way that I think few other games are willing to. Mm-hmm. Like, it's almost like there's a fear that you'll be seen as casual if you don't, like, punish the player enough for losing a run. Mm-hmm. And whereas
losing a run is plenty of punishment.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've played games like this before, buddy, but if you lose a run, like they dangle you winning, the idea of why you're doing this in front of you. I think they do that well enough that there's really no question. It's like, yeah, you're gonna push on and try to win. Hell yeah. I want this. I want this guy to finish his quest. And and there are enough mechanics baked into having to do of dying and coming back and trying again. It's like, yeah, no, this is great. It feels good.
I have been living the heinous lifestyle of the man in the hotel, and the thing that I have to entertain myself in the evenings is a Steam Deck loaded with an unconscionable number of emulators. And so, for a period, yesterday evening, I was likely the only human being on God's green earth that was playing Rocket Robot on Wheels on the Nintendo 64.
Everyone loves. Wait, no, the other thing. Nobody loves Rocket Robot on Wheels.
From the future developers of Sony's beloved Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
Odd game.
All you had to do was tell me that it had any connection to Ghost of Tsushima, and
My opinion on roguelikes is that the closest thing I've ever played to one is Super Mario Maker Endless Mode.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You could run out of food doing that.
Being left with this gigantic slab of computer as my entertainment, I'm staring at the option to download Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again and play it again.
Hell yeah!
And Square, in their infinite desire to trick me into doing this, actually tried to make that easier for me. I'm shocked. They because the like all modern video games, the file size on FF7 Rebirth is completely unreasonable. At something like 144 gigs.
It contains more data than like the whole of that was produced in the whole of human history up to like 1978.
You could hold the entire library of approximately every console released before 1992 on that system, in that data. But and
all that just to render Red 13's tail.
Worth it. One, worth it. Two, but for some, like, they actually made if it detects that you're downloading on the Steam Deck, it just cuts out all the stupid 4K texture bullshit and knocks it down by 60 gigs.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
They learned something.
Like, that's actually really nice. Thank you, Square.
I was happy that Street Fighter 6 gave me the option to not download World Tour mode.
Yeah, like I think World Tour mode is fun and worth experiencing once, but I'm glad that I can delete it afterwards.
I was going to say World Tour mode is where Beef Not Afraid lives.
God, I love Beef Not Afraid.
We'll need to do a return round through World Tour mode one day where Beef Not Afraid befriends all of the DLC characters.
I did play.
We gotta give Beef.
I did play up
my
through.
ambition.
What's his name? And by
shrieking.
Balrog's son.
Ed.
Ed Balrog.
Sure, that's a fine name. I love that, like, I've ranted about this many times before, and I'll rant about it many times again. But I love that Street Fighter characters start out as boring stereotypes, and then the writers get bored, and then they turn into something magical. Like, oh, what's this character's personality? Brazil? And then at some point they're like, that's boring. What if he wants to make dolls of himself and sell them?
Yeah, you say that's boring of a electrical green monster.
Well, it's like my personal favorite of all time of this is Darkstalkers, where they're like, all right, there's a cat girl, and she's got ass, okay, and she wears no clothing, expected, and she's really Catholic. I mean, she's incredibly Catholic. You guys
Like an
have
actual nun.
no word for how Catholic she is.
I did
She's
not
gonna
know
become a
that.
Yeah,
nun.
look.
And don't forget, she wants to be a showgirl.
She's gonna.
She's got
She
many
must be a
facets,
showgirl
many
in
desires.
game 1, and then she becomes a nun. And as near as I can tell, the canon, ho ho ho, is still that she is a nun. And so it's like, well, this is great. The Capcom is like, no, representation, nuns. However, she's also like the most sexualized character in a game full of like, in a game that has Morrigan and Lilith. So what can you do? What can you do?
What can you do? I am now, however, hoping that next Ash Wednesday I see a bunch of Felicia, celebrating Lent art.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that would be good and correct.
It would be very appropriate.
We love it, folks.
Is it too late to celebrate Lent?
Nope. Lent is ongoing.
It's ongoing.
You can remind yourself that you will die for many more days to come.
Memento Mori.
Memento Mori. Remember, man, thou art dust, and to dust thou shalt return. Would you like to? It's like, now, would you like to engage in penance? Perhaps in delightful mortification?
Asses to asses, butts to butts.
We are all just butts in the wind.
I really want that to be an Aqua Teen joke, but I'm just not sure if it is. Now I'm imagining Master Shake like converting to Christianity, but just not getting it at all.
I mean, one of the several last episodes they had was about him starting a cult.
Well, to be fair, you
So-
could say that a great majority of Christians don't really get it.
Sure.
It could be said of all religions.
Oh,
No true Master Shake.
I was a huge fan of that last episode, of that particular of its many last episodes. That particular last episode, involving him seemingly having just written down the words of the rambling, like, piss-stained man that shows up in the background a number of times, and writing them down on the back of what appeared to be a pile of pharmaceutical advertisements, or as stated in the episode, do not blaspheme the Book of Clozapine. I love Aqua Teen too much.
That is allowed.
Is such a thing even possible?
We've yet to determine that.
Uh-oh. Okay, so apparently, and sometimes if you... Whoa, what the fuck? Sometimes if you choose a... If you choose one god's favor, the other god will not be happy about this. And then you have to do a fight while the other god is trying to kill you.
Yep.
Wow.
This game is very true to Greek mythology.
Yeah, there's no such thing as
Holy shit! This is brutally hard.
there's no such thing as two Greek gods that have a normal relationship. There's just a question of which ones who they're willing to kill over and who they're willing to just whatever.
I remember when one writer clarified that like people call Ares the god of war, but like, no, that like any Greek would tell you like no, that's Athena. She's the god. You know, she's the military god. She's the god of battle and like military discipline and tactics and fighting. Ares is the god of like what happens to people. What happens to the people in the town you just beat after the battle's over.
The god of having been defeated in war.
The god of the god of what we do of what you the winner are doing to the losers, you know, wives and children.
The god of pillaging.
Yes, exactly. The god of pillage. The god of indiscriminate and wanton rape and murder. And so that's really more what Ares is about.
Morbid.
Pretty bleak stuff.
That's Ares for you.
You gotta have a god for that kind of thing.
Someone has to be to blame for it. We certainly are.
Like apparently we get the word spirits, you know, describe strong drink from their description of alcohol, which was that there was a spirit that lived in it, and that's why you would get drunk when you drank it.
That spirit's trying to fuck you up.
It's the spirit, man.
Wasn't me, it was the spirits.
Aw. I love that there's like a floating Medusa head, you know, like from Castlevania.
Dusa.
That Dusa. She's got a really big crush on Zagreus. She's lovely. Yeah,
I think she eventually reveals that she doesn't so much have a crush as like is kind of just in awe of him, like as a concept. Like I think she eventually comes to the point where it's kind of like we can't have an even relationship, so we're not going to have a relationship. It was something like that. I liked it.
I respect that. There's maturity in that.
Yeah.
There's maturity from a character that is just a head.
You know. I do like that she has a flying Medusa head though. That's a fun little callback that is not actually like just straight up Family Guy style. Like, hey, remember this?
Remember when Thing happened?
Oh, I love Thing.
Well, I mean, it could just be. I mean, have they ever confirmed it's a Castlevania thing? Because legitimately, Medusa has a problem with keeping her head on her shoulders.
Oh, that is true. I had not considered that.
I mean, it comes from the same things, but also definitely whoever was making the game was aware of Medusa heads in Castlevania.
Yeah, it's true.
Two things can't be true.
No. Unacceptable.
You motherfucker.
You son of a bitch.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
What is that from?
Mythbusters.
Oh, okay.
What a time. 2000s.
Okay. No, I was at the gym the other day and they were playing like Mythbusters, like, and all I could think was, God, I hope this is like a 15-year-old rerun or something, because otherwise the Mythbusters have been doing this for 30 goddamn years.
They stopped sometime in the early 10s, I think.
Oh, that's good. That's good because
when people gave up on the idea of truth.
Yes. They're not.
Well, also,
people still had kind of an inkling of that for a few more years.
I was going to say the biggest reason was because the executives couldn't find a good way to merchandise it as much anymore. They want to switch over to different stuff. You know, aliens and bullshit.
Oh God.
It doesn't help that like you needed incentives to get the two hosts to continue working together. They didn't disrespect each other, but they didn't like each other.
No, that's interesting to me. I did not know that.
They're not BFFs.
Yeah, I think if you work on a TV show together, you should have the common courtesy to live in the same house and every single one of them sleeps in a like extra large bed with those like Ebenezer Scrooge style sleeping caps on their heads.
You're proposing like the grandparents of Willy Wonka or whatever.
Yeah,
Charlie
exactly.
Bucket.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie Bucket's grandparents, exactly. That is the sleeping arrangement.
So who among us actually watched Wonka? I'm sure someone here was fool enough to do so.
God, did you
The
imagine?
musical one that was just released recently. Is that what we're talking about?
The recent one that there'd been scripts, like leaked scripts of it floating around for years, and everyone was like, "Why would you make this?"
And then Timothy Chalamet.
I forgot it
Timothy
existed.
Chalamet shows up. And everyone's like,
Shows
yes,
up. He's Wonka.
he is.
He's walking. Hey, I'm walking here.
That would be the ultimate interpretation.
I would honestly, I would watch Wonka at some point. He said, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just replace all the Oompa Loompas with.
Imagine if they had released Wonka in 1997. That would have been the entire. That would have been the headline. That
Would have been the only movie for
headline.
an entire summer.
It would have been the only movie that came out that summer. It would have starred fucking Brendan Fraser as Wonka.
Oh,
And his romantic lead would have been Charlize. No, not Charlize Theron. Fuck. Who's the girl from The Mask?
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz. Yeah, Cameron Diaz would be the romantic lead, and there would be a single cut just for the movie by like who was the least threatening ska band?
Probably Mighty Boston.
Yeah, I was gonna say Boss Tones or.
Boss Tones to do a song about eating chocolate. And there you go, you fucking pigs. There's your slop for the summer.
You fucking.
Like boss tones are the ones you go to if you want something that someone could listen to, and if they figured out what the lyrics were, they wouldn't be like, "Oh, they're just miserable."
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, look at those! Hear those horns? Hear that playful that playful guitar. Oh, they're having such a grand time. No, we're actually singing songs about misery and uncertainty.
About feeling like a miserable drunk loser that will never feel completeness in life. If I had $1 bill for every time I've been wrong, I'd be a self-made millionaire and you'd still be gone. So hand me down my best dress shoes and my best dress shirt. I'm going out in style to cover the hell.
Whoa.
All I wanna do all day is spend it in bed, but that's bad for the body and even worse for my head. So I'll try to find a place where no one will ask me a thing. It'll help me forget and help me to sing. 'Cause now I'm drunk again, a means to my end, and I'm scared of myself. And now
Fanboy.
it's all the same.
Fanboy.
I will never stop.
You said you were living in a hotel. Why are you living in a hotel?
I'm not living in a hotel. I am simply staying in a hotel.
Okay, well, why are you staying in a hotel?
All sorts of reasons that I don't feel like getting into on a public stream.
Oh, that's great. I hope that whatever is happening goes well.
It's it's set to be done at the end of the week, but suffice to say, win, lose or draw, it'll be done at the end of the week. It's just it's a hell week, and we leave it at that.
Now I have to choose between a Chaos Blessing and an Athena Blessing, which I hate because Athena's stuff is so good. But nope, going to Chaos.
That's
Sure.
not
Yeah.
what Jack Garland would choose.
Hell yeah! And I had
The
a
record
left
show.
over, so I'm bribing Chaos now. Here you go.
I took the blow. Did it my way.
Ooh, I got a Cosmic Egg. Thank you, Master Chaos.
Egg.
Hades take egg.
Hades.
Can't even
take
buy a
egg.
dozen cosmic eggs anymore.
So if anybody's paying attention to the game anymore, like, we've got Gravity
Absolutely
Man
not.
shenanigans happening.
Yay.
I wish Metal Storm was happening instead.
Ooh, metal.
I mean, it's kind of a metal storm.
I'm sorry, I'm free associating weird old games, and now I'm thinking about Metal Slater Glory again. Eventually, I'm going to insert one of these, and you're not going to realize when I make one up. I've never done it yet.
Metal Slurp Chaos.
Slurp?
I'm pretty sure that's
No,
just
not
a
so much.
random Star Fox thing.
Metal Wolf
Yeah,
Chaos
yeah,
is
yeah.
the one where you play as the President of the United States, right? In a...
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one where you take America back, and then you get in your big mech, and like one of the buttons pulls out a musket for some reason.
Hell yeah.
That's as
Metal
American
Chaos
as apple pie.
It's a glorious game, but it is ridiculously hard. It is from software hard.
Oh, extremely. Yeah, I mean, From Software never really knew how to make a game that wasn't for assholes. I say as someone who plays a lot of From Software games.
Sure. I just had to make peace at some point with the realization that From Software on some level wants you to suffer. I should have learned this. I did learn this the first time I played a From Software game, which was Armored Core 1 for PSX, and it has a mission late in the game that has a jumping puzzle with moving flying platforms. That has to be done. That has to be done with like Armored Core camera controls. Truly just a satanic bit of game design.
Yeah, I do have to say, distinctly before, Demon Souls and the like every FromSoft game I ever played is like, did you guys test this? But now apparently I'm just being told that it was like, that was deliberate. They live in friction.
I'll be back.
They did King's Field, right?
Yes.
I mean, King's Field is a game that it doesn't even dare you to play it. I think King's Field is just a game made by people who are shocked by the idea that human beings will purchase and then load their software.
I mean, they were also responsible for 3D Dot Heroes, right? Or whatever that game was called.
I don't know.
I don't think
This is
so.
the first time I've ever heard of that game.
What was that game that it was basically Zelda? PlayStation 3?
I think you're thinking of 3D Dot Heroes, but I don't think that was
Who made
From
that?
Software.
Who made that? Microsoft, bitches.
Bastards. Making Sony games.
Microsoft has lived has just been living with bated breath the chance to make games for PlayStation. In their heart of hearts.
But how? There aren't any games for the PlayStation.
Such a good game. Gene John Redcorn, we're playing PS3, but PS3 has no game. Oh god. one of the best uses of that meme I have ever seen or could ever imagine.
I mean,
honestly.
King of the Hill definitely. I feel like as many memes as use King of the Hill, that's a series that could be every meme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they're just such great archetypes that you instantly understand Dale's thinking.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, punchlines that I think can only be described as courageous. Pocket sand.
Pocket sand!
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fuck. And I'm playing this I'm playing this run of Hades using the bow, which is terrible.
Yeah, I think I like the sniper rifle the best in that game, or whatever that's called.
Yeah, I saw they give you a gun.
Yeah, the gun.
That's choice, man.
I mean,
Choice.
it's just basically I like dashing around and shooting things. These are my simple pleasures.
It's fine. Fine.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Bob, I just switched back. What is going on?
I'm playing with gravity.
Poorly, apparently.
It ain't easy.
So you have to move the cursor at the same rate that your guy moves, and that's just not happening?
I mean, kinda? Nope. Nope. Like, it's a very... 1, 2, 3. Okay. Nope. There we go. Nope, nope.
So close.
Okay, so I think I can do it immediately once I start changing. Nope.
Going
There
to
we
hope
go.
that Discord cancellation audio thing did its job.
It probably did. Yay! There you go. Godspeed with this one.
I just took out the smoke alarms.
What's going on with your smoke alarms?
Oh, they just go off when my mom cooks, and it pisses me off. So I know I know how to remove them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's the timer, huh?
I just like the idea that the worst thing a smoke alarm can do is not work, but then the second worst thing a smoke alarm can do is work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird how that happens.
What we did was we decided rightfully that fire is so bad that what we need are radioactive noisemakers.
You're a radioactive noisemaker.
I
Wow, okay, that can actually be done.
Oh shit.
Alright.
Okay, you can have conversations with Charon, and all Charon says is
There's some outcome that gets him to talk. I remember there's something... It's like something between him and Skelly. I don't remember exactly what was going on.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm trying to remember, because like, it's funny because I got super into Hades, like... God, it feels like 3 years ago now? Is that right?
It's not a new game.
Is that possible?
Yeah, no, it's been around a minute. It is not a new game. It might even be called an old game by some.
But dare you say retro?
It's not retro yet. It's not like
10 years
Shadows
old.
of the Colossus or
Vintage.
yeah.
Shadow
think
of the
what-
Colossus.
If that is not a retro game, then what is?
I mean, Ico's or not Ico. What's that Guardian game?
Last Guardian?
Yes,
Last
that's
Guardian.
practically retro by now.
Yeah, that's old as shit.
I think, if memory serves, I got the collector's edition of that right when I bought like the house I'm in now, and I vaguely remember like having the collectible Guardian like out, and my mother was like, "Oh, did you buy that for the new house?" It's like, no, just a video game came out. Huh.
I do like that the one of the mini bosses is kind of like mad at you for like basically making her fight you all these times.
You mean your girlfriend?
What?
The Fury.
Yeah, Megara.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can date her.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's part of why she's mad.
Like you can date her and you still have to fight to the death every time
yeah.
you try to like. That's hilarious.
I mean, like,
But again-
basically, as you complete Hades, the plot overwhelmingly becomes just everybody's kind of going through the motions, and it's like, you know, it almost becomes like everybody's clocking in and they know their job is to stop you, but you know, after this is all done, you want to head back to the bar.
That's exactly what comes up. Morning, Ralph. Morning, Jake.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which makes me think it must be there's got to be like a special goofy ending if you beat this game the first time you play it. Like if you finish the game like upon immediately starting a new game, where like you're not doing any of the stuff, you just win the game on your first time out. There's got to be like a special ending or like just a goofy, just a little goofy thing, you know.
I mean, I'm sure with like mods and stuff, it's very doable.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind people who've played it 10,000 times and like don't even need an upgrade to win.
That makes pretty cool though. I like how matter of fact she is about this. Is like, well, just keep, you know, quit trying to break out, and I'll quit trying to kill you. It's like, nope.
I mean, above everything else, she works for your dad.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a big part of her existence.
But I also like that, like them trying to kill you is basically just them inconveniencing you.
Well, yeah, it's not even so much death as it is just like go back to your room.
Yeah, that's it.
All the menace that is implied by that. Like, buddy, you need to just go back home.
And it's like it's not even implied that like Zagreus has it very bad in Hades. You know, he's just.
It's just not for him.
It's not for him, you know. And even before you like get the reveal that he's like trying to meet his mom, you know, who I assume is Demeter.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit. Oh, so you haven't had a successful run yet?
Nope.
Well, then this will all be new to you.
Yeah. I've only been playing for a little bit, and like I've only just started to get at it Tartarus, like on any kind of damn it, on any kind of reliable basis. So, figure I've got a long way to go.
You sure do. Well, forgive me for spoiling things. I thought you were just like
Oh no.
sort of on the other
Don't
side
worry
of
about it.
these. Because I mean, like, you can definitely, the way the, let's say, dating system of the game works, you can go through a billion runs and never realize, like, you know, that Thanatos is your boyfriend.
This weapon sucks. I actually lost to Meg for like the first time in a while. That stinks. Yeah, when Meg beats you, she doesn't show up in the bar either. That stinks.
Well, because you beat her back.
Yeah.
You just get back
Fine.
faster when you're dead. Double dead.
Double dead. He's not double dead though. He's immortal.
But
Is that just-
what's his name? The one kid does identify how he died.
Which guy?
One of the sleep buddies. Somnus?
Okay. Oh yeah, Somnus. Yeah, no, he does when you show up. He's like, hey, you died this way.
Yeah, so
That's true.
you do identify that he died.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I keep unlocking more Mirror of Night talents too. This is cool. I like this game.
Yeah, no, it's very good about what's the word I'm looking for? Like granting you progress even after a bad run.
Mm-hmm.
Like one way or another, it's like never pointless to just keep trying.
That's cool.
And speaking of liking things, I am enjoying tonight's game. This has been it's not, I'm not going to say it's quite at Celeste level, but it's a very similar level of Zen. It is platforming in its platformingest.
That's good.
And I think like the most important thing in this kind of environment is that it's got essentially instant respawns, which I think is the most important thing.
Yep.
Don't think I could imagine something like this with like Sonic 2006 level loading screens between deaths.
Whoa.
God damn it.
What time is it?
It's the time
quarter
change, I have no idea.
9:46 Eastern. Apparently, Breakman has been in the chat.
Oh, what has Breakman had to say?
Hulk debris rains down upon the eastern seaboard, irradiating millions. That may have been
I wonder what that was in reference to.
What was it? And then I love the mechanic in original Armored Core, where if you go into too much debt, you enter the Human Plus program, which starts you at the beginning with a new ability each time you do it.
Interesting. That's a cool feature. It never happened to me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. For some reason, there's not timestamps on these.
Twitch is a
I blame
menace.
Twitch for this.
Incidentally, I'm really glad that I've backed up all these VODs and put them on YouTube instead of Twitch, because Twitch arbitrarily decided last month that like you weren't allowed to have more than 100 hours or something like that.
God.
Which I just feel bad for people who've got like Persona 5 like playthroughs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously our playthrough of World of Final Fantasy is like worth preserving forever. There we go.
World of Final Fantasy.
It was an amazing world.
Not to be confused with Legend.
No.
Or am I misunderstanding the reference?
No, World of Final Fantasy was one of the first Final Fantasy... One of the first things we streamed in its entirety.
Gotcha.
You can find it on gogglebob.com, and that was... I mean, this fall it'll be 5 years ago.
Wow.
Gogglebob or Gogglebob blog?
Just gogglebob.com. Wait, have you never been on the website before?
I'm sure I have, but usually I just click on it. I don't actually type it in.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yes, that's very good.
Come on, I'm a little better than that. No, it's because the Twitch is Gogglebob blog versus Gogglebob.com. Got it.
Yeah, the Twitch being Gogglebob blog is always kills me.
I mean, I just think it was somebody had Gogglebob as a Twitch name before me, which just seems wrong, but, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, Twitch is one of those things with the gold rush for Twitch names, you know, was a long time ago. So now you're stuck taking what you can get. Like it's like deciding you're going to release an MMO in the 2020s. It's like it's like, oh, I see you believe you are not subject to causality. Perhaps time flows differently in your dimension.
God. I mean, you gotta figure there's people who try that, right?
Oh yeah.
But let's see here. How long has Final
Born every
Fantasy
minute.
14 second version been out there? Wait, what happened here? Things are breaking.
I didn't do it.
Things are breaking and they're not your fault. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of those games that has like a really kind of vaguely cute aesthetic, but you find out at the end of it that you've been like murdering puppies the entire game or something. It's kind of
It's actually the which Buddies movie was that killed all the puppies?
Oh god, I think it was Snow Buddies.
Yeah, it had to be Snow Buddies because it was the one like that. Just so absolutely perfect. Like the oh yeah, it's the Disney movie so evil that it literally condemned a bunch of puppies to death
in the frozen cold.
Yeah.
Inglorious deaths for husky puppies.
No, I believe they were golden retriever puppies.
Oh, my bad.
Definitely, the blue flame indicates this is a particularly sweet donut. At a moment.
Not the puppies.
This is not happening. This is not happening. All right. Well, everybody, I wish you a good evening.
Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well on fighting your way out of hell.
Thank you. It's a fun game. Night.
Night.
Can I make it through this, or is this just meant to be going in the other direction? I think that's the case. Let's go someplace else. I have to say, when the game wants me to go, like, completely sideways, the controls get confusing.
Sure, it's the controls' fault.
Well, you're still doing left and right, even though you are not particularly going left and right. It's one of those weird, like, brain disconnects where you kind of realize what you're supposed to be doing, but...
So on a completely unrelated note, have you all ever noticed that, like, a lot of places are closed on Monday?
I think it's something that companies more or less learned from COVID, that they don't need to be open all the time. And
Well, so one of the... I mean, more specifically with restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Mondays and Tuesdays are about their worst days if they were open 7 days a week.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a thing, and amusingly enough, where I live, particularly in my town, is the problem that everyone complains about, that we have 3 Chinese places, and they all close on Monday. And you think they could coordinate a little better.
Right, like rotate.
Like, they're good, but just, like, you want a General's Chicken on a Monday, you're screwed.
Yeah, we were visiting with my brother and sister-in-law yesterday, and my mom figured, oh, we'll pick up food on the way over, but the pizza place that they like was closed, and they do kind of live in the middle of nowhere, so we had to work backwards to figure out where we could get food from.
Worked backwards. Where food? Food.
I mean, pretty much. But I know, like, a lot of the places in my town are also closed on Monday, and I figured that was more of an effect of, like, the town council having meetings on Mondays.
You thought it was because of government.
Or like the business association has meetings on Mondays because most of the businesses are closed. It's like chicken and egg at that point.
Yeah, I would guess in that case it was first places were closed on or first they identified that Monday was the easiest time to leave the business. But at least locally, I can say a lot of businesses, even we have a few like diners and stuff that used to be literally open 24 hours. And since COVID, since COVID, they realized, oh shit, we don't have to do that at all. We'll be just fine.
Well, a lot of that is more employees. Folks don't want to work as late or overnight, which is fair because it's rough.
Yeah, well, it's employees, and then also particularly, like, we used to have a seafood place called Max, and Max famously was closed on Mondays because that was the one day of the week the chef got to have off. He worked literally every other day. And you came to Max for their particularly good seafood chef, and they had determined that if he couldn't show up for work that day, like, there's no point in being open.
Is that Mac?
No, apparently there never was a Mac. Or actually, to be precise, the last name of the original owner was McIntyre. But by the time that was relevant, their McIntyre had long since had nothing to do with anything. But since then, they've gone out of business anyway, so nobody cares.
I was going to say, that chef sounds like he deserved a day off anyway.
I mean, that was kind of the joke. It was like, you guys really can't coordinate this any better?
Or that they only had one chef?
I mean, well, I guess they had one head chef, but the idea was that, whoa, that was interesting. The idea was that, you know, that he was the reason you were going, so why would you show up when he wasn't there?
Fair.
And now that's an Irish pub.
Wow. Just like Always Sunny.
And in this case, it's near Philadelphia, if that helps. As I pointed out 10,000 times on this stream, an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was literally filmed in quote-unquote my town. Like, I not technically where I live, but one town over. And the local mayor and what have you had no idea what he was getting into. They're going to film a TV show here. That's a good thing for everybody. You can
as opposed to what we do in the Shadows episode that wasn't actually there at all.
Oh, was the Atlantic City episode not actually there?
Yeah, I think it was like Canada or something.
I feel like they had at least one exterior shot where they were like on top of a building that had to be in AC. Like, obviously movie magic could have been involved, but... Like, even the Ocean City episode of It's Always Sunny, I know they had, like, when they stay at the quote-unquote hotel, I think that was actually, like, Wildwood or something? But the beach I don't think was Ocean City, but the amusement park definitely was.
Gang goes to the Jersey Shore. Oh, this is the rum ham one, isn't it?
Yes, rum ham.
Like, I haven't actually seen the show, but somebody just showed me an entire string of clips about the frickin' ham.
I mean, it is one of the funnier parts of that episode. But yeah, there's an entire section of the Gang Goes to the Jersey Shore episode where Dennis gives a long monologue about how, like, some local just is like addicted to meth, and like you thought the summer would last forever, and it did, or whatever. And it does not paint a pretty picture of the Jersey Shore. Let's put it that way. That and the roaming dogs that attempt to steal Rumham. Damn it.
Okay, this is rude. The episode's called The Gang Goes to the Jersey Shore. And then the trivia says, despite the title and location, this episode was shot in Ocean City, which is in the southern part of the state. So
Yes?
No. So title Jersey Shore, is Ocean City not part of the shore? Did I miss a step?
I assume they're referring to the Jersey Shore as in where the MTV series was filmed, which was at Seaside, New Jersey, which was closer to New York than Philly.
That's fair.
Like, people from Philly going to Ocean City is absolutely, like, true to concept. But the Jersey Shore as a TV show that you may or may not have seen, that was filmed in Seaside. Like,
Right, but I guess then are there references to that in the episode that I've never seen?
I mean, other than in general, they reference the Jersey Shore kind of like they're talking about a known thing, like a TV show without saying a TV show. Because I mean, I'm not even certain it was owned by the same network at that point. It's FX2 and MTV on the same plan.
Both Viacom, I believe. Anyway, on that note, I banned the spammer, and I gotta go to work. So, good night.
Oh,
all.
thank you.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Oh, Breakman said the Hulk thing was in reference to sending Mark Ruffalo into space on a SpaceX rocket.
Oh, okay. Glad to hear we're just not arbitrarily declaring nuclear winter here.
Oh my god.
And I'm a happy jumping disc.
Just the never-ending tunnel.
Yes, I'm seeing if there's an end to this tunnel. It's like a really kind of a cool effect how they do this. This is like the new turbo tunnel. Which I don't think anyone still on the call knows what I'm talking about.
Battletoads. I know it's Battletoads, but I've never played Battletoads.
Okay. I didn't know you were still here. I thought it was just Chromes and Cass.
That is fair.
No Exerd tonight, huh?
No, Callie is in Spain.
Wow.
Oh.
I mean, I hope I'm not doxing him. I mean, it's a big country. I'm not going to tell you where in Spain.
My coworker just told me today she's going on vacation in June, also to Spain. I'm like, wow, nobody invites me anywhere.
Just immediately invite yourself on a coworker's vacation.
Also, June is a far time away, yeah.
June. My birthday's coming up later this month.
So's Beats.
It's not in June, obviously.
Well, this month is not June either.
Right.
Right. Agreed. Man, that last part is something. I'm gonna see this tunnel through the end, damn it. I'm gonna Tron this.
You're hellbent.
Chromes, are you doing anything special for your birthday?
Haven't thought of anything yet. We're probably just gonna go to just go out to eat or something.
Yeah. That's how adults do it.
I haven't had a birthday party since like pre-COVID.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. March 2020. The lockdown happened like earlier in the month. So we were planning a party and then we had to cancel it.
Yeah, I had a friend whose birthday is March 15th, and we were planning a party for Saturday the 14th. And then everything closed down on Friday the 13th, so yeah, no party ever happened.
I just remember the last time going out to eat with my then significant other and another couple, and it was like, it had to be like March 7th or something. Like, it would have been like the weekend before. And I remember us talking and being like, oh, I'm glad you didn't cancel because of this whole virus thing going around. I know some people aren't going out to eat. And just kind of like, we all agreed that we weren't like old people that were afraid of a virus. Like, oh, that's for the elderly. And then obviously a week later it was like, oh, this is not just for old people. Would have been like March 7th, 2020 or something like that. Like, just didn't quite have a grasp of what was about to happen.
Nobody did, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I remember the first meeting we had at my office about, because it was when they were just starting to even talk about closing the schools. So we had like literally like one person in the meeting who had like a young school age kid who was like, yeah, they were just talking about this at like the parents meeting that they might be closing the schools, and like that's kind of like deep shit. Should we maybe be planning ahead? And I'm not kidding that the majority of the meeting was kind of like, what do you want to do? Like, everyone's going to work from home? That sounds stupid. Like,
lol.
Like, no, nobody's going to do that. Like, what, we're going to close the office, not come into work? Like, not like we're breathing down each other's necks. What do you want? God damn it.
I mean, I was already working from home at that point, so screw y'all.
Yeah, no, this was definitely in reference to a, let's say, old school office where, without exaggeration, some people had been in the same office since the late 70s. Like, wow. I mean, it's a place that was founded in 79, and there were a few employees that were still there from 79. So they, like, with the exception of maybe Christmas, they had, like, I'm going to say every Wednesday that had ever existed, they had been in that office. Like, there's certain, like, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays, there's a lot of holidays that fall on those days, but, I'm going to say that, you know, it's like they sort of never left. The idea that they were about to spend a month at home was, like, completely alien.
They plan on dying in that office, too.
Yeah, we haven't had that happen to my knowledge, but...
Yet.
Kind of. I know some people have definitely taken naps in that office.
Or somebody died there and they just didn't tell you about it.
I mean, I know...
To be fair, for work.
I know for a fact I've been told that there used to be a group of people that worked there for some time that figured out that on lunch breaks they could get up on the roof and just drink. And would then come back to work, like, clearly buzzed.
Well, damn, I'm in the wrong line of work.
But that was a long time ago.
All of last week.
Yes. They ran out of vodka and they stopped.
Oh man.
No, apparently the thing was they would hang out on the roof and drink and maybe eat stuff and literally pitch the so nobody would ever find it. They would literally pitch the garbage from the roof into like a dumpster in the alley that belonged to a different office. Just picturing somebody walking by as they watch like a empty vodka bottle fall from the heavens into a trash dumpster.
I mean, is that not how empty bottles are formed? How is Babby formed?
I can't believe that's the second reference to that I've had in like 2 days.
You're
Bless
welcome.
you, Yahoo Answers.
Also, speaking of babies, why is baby stuff so goddamn expensive?
Because they know they've got you up on a creek. This is why Cass and I were having this conversation earlier, but were I to have a child, my child is wearing a potato sack for the first 3 to 5 years of their life, and they will be happy with that potato sack.
They won't know. It's fine.
That's the thing! Like, what did you wear as a child? You don't know. You don't care.
I only know because there's pictures.
I mean, I made the reference with Cass earlier, but I do know somebody who got frickin' designer Uggs for their toddler, and it was like, what is the point of that? Or excuse me, infant would have been at the time.
You know, the ones who can't even walk yet.
Yeah, no.
Why do they need shoes at all?
What is the point of that?
Not to walk in them, clearly.
Yeah, they're just wearing it to be seen. And that kid who had the baby Uggs, like, I know for a fact, like 18 years later, he was a drug dealer, so that's what happens.
Wearing baby Uggs.
He wears them around his neck and then deals you drugs. That's where you get the marijuana. I'm gonna beat this section. I'm gonna do it. Damn it. It's a little finicky. But yes, no, baby stuff is expensive to the point of it almost being comical. I mean, Chrome, you've had a baby in the house. Like, how often do they, like, poop? Like, it's all the time, right?
Yes.
Thank you. This is why I'm once again advocating for potato sack.
It's also why I didn't offer to babysit my niece until she was old enough to, or, you know, until she was potty trained.
Yeah, until she was old enough to deal with that nonsense. What year would that be?
I don't remember.
The only reason why I would probably not opt for potato sack is because if
Potato sacks are hard to wash.
No, like if the baby doesn't have pants on, he will automatically take his diaper off.
Okay. I see a problem there. So we're gonna need potato sack pants. We're gonna need a modified potato sack.
Sort of potato sack onesie.
Yeah, I mean, I did Google that. There are all sorts of, like, cute designer like potato sacks like for children as like say sweet potato and stuff. Like no, potato sack.
But they're adorable pictures. Gotta give them some credit.
Fair, but it's hard. Like there's only 2 pictures of babies that exist, which is like adorable and like mushy demon. And just so long as you don't take a picture of a baby, they look like a mushy demon, then it's adorable.
I don't know about mushy demon, but angry old man.
Okay, fair.
Definitely angry old man.
Except for my niece, she was perfectly adorable all the time, except when she was screaming.
That's usually how that works. God damn it, I think I should go over to the other one, but then it doesn't work out.
But yes, that thought process conversation was brought on because my coworkers felt it necessary to send me one of our other coworkers' baby registries.
Wow.
So wait, are you not actually invited to the shower?
Well, we don't know if or when there will be one.
So there's just like, I'm having a baby, give me shit? They are
No,
at least
it-
expected to entertain you for an afternoon.
Well, so the last one we actually went into the office, but that was before we didn't have an office to go into anymore. And at this point, we kind of have office access, but it's more for like going in to print stuff rather than congregate in the office.
I like the idea that you just have a copier's plus as opposed to an office.
Well, right, but they also sent us printers, so I don't even need to go in anymore. But
Then how is
because
this
of
person even your coworker?
right, and that's part of it. It's like I don't actually work with her; she's in the other department, and I work closely with other people in that department, but not her. So this is not somebody I've actually ever held a conversation with.
Yet you're
but this
expected
other-
to buy them a onesie.
Well, that was the whole thing. This email went out that they're trying to do a surprise shower for her,
God damn it.
but the date on the shower is to be determined. So then how do you figure out if you're buying something or if you want it to just be shipped from the registry? And it'll ruin the surprise if everybody just buys stuff and has it sent over. Otherwise, you can just send money to the organizer via PayPal or Venmo, which not everybody has.
Are we sure this isn't a scam?
Unfortunately, sure.
I mean, like, somebody might just be, like, drop selling babies items.
Drop selling babies?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
that's a whole other industry.
Drop selling babies. There's always a new one. You can always just send the next one.
Well, I think I told you a couple weeks ago that we were having a big 9 a.m. Monday morning meeting, and somebody on the call was talking about how somebody was out that morning who ended up having the baby that day, and then this other person is going out on maternity soon, and okay, how many more babies are we gonna have on the team this year? We've got time for more 2025 babies. And I just texted my coworker and I was like, is this appropriate workplace conversation?
I just like the 2 things I know about your workplace are that it's like a tumultuous time for exactly what's going to be happening within the company, and everybody's having babies.
I mean, that's pretty much how it feels, man.
Speaking of drop shipping babies,
Yes. Come to Even
It
Worse
reminded-
Streams where we will drop ship you a baby.
it reminded me I've been getting a lot of AI advertisements lately, and one of these things is like fake, like bunny or dog hyper realistic robots.
That's specific.
That is so sad. Because, I mean,
Like,
I feel like there have been times in my life when I would have bought a hyper-realistic rabbit robot.
Like, they're either gonna have, like, just videos of, like, little brown puppies. Like, specifically for the dogs, it's little brown puppies. And then, like, it's like, oh, it's so realistic. Oh, get it for your kid or your grandmother. It's like, no, this is not real.
So coming from someone who's all of my grandparents are dead, that would be an impressive advertisement.
And I'm just thinking, god damn, like, both of my grandmothers toward the end had different degrees of, like, memory issues of Alzheimer's or what have you. And I'm just trying to think, if I got them a robot dog, I feel like it would be the cruelest thing in the world for them to forget and then rediscover over and over again that they have a robot dog as opposed to a realistic dog. Like, that is the saddest thing I can think of right now, and I'm crying now. Just the sheer inhumanity to man of somebody forgetting and rediscovering that the dog they have is not in any way real. That is...
In that case, it's better that it's not real, because then they won't forget to feed it.
That is, I presume, like, the appeal.
You don't have to walk it. You might have to poop or scoop it, depending on what kind of robot it is.
Huh?
Yep, the dog has to have some level of exhaust, right?
That's fair, actually.
Right, I'm just immediately bringing to mind the there was a Barbie dog that pooped.
I vaguely remember that.
Did you have to refill it to poop
right
pellets?
now. I only remember it right now because it was in the Barbie movie.
Oh, that's cute.
I never watched the Barbie movie.
I recommend it. It's a good movie. I wound up seeing it twice for some reason.
Because it's good.
Yes. That is ultimately why I saw it. But I did find it funny that I saw Barbie twice and Oppenheimer 0.
Same, actually. I never saw Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen either.
I should watch Oppenheimer. I did something that was effectively like borderline Oppenheimer fan art, and I didn't even watch it.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did.
Awkward.
Oh god. I think I was at the end and I still failed.
Oh no.
Oh well. Another try. Only been here forever.
Once more with feeling.
I mean, the funny thing is it's not that difficult. It's just a matter of doing it all together. And not, like, jumping through a wall too early.
Or under one.
Ah. I do have to say, I have enjoyed this game.
Oh, good. It looks like a fun puzzle game.
Yeah, no,
It's frustrating.
I like puzzle platforming. Okay, like we were talking about COVID earlier, but Celeste was something that helped me, let's say, cope with that whole period. Because, I mean, it sounds crazy in retrospect, but just there was a genuine feeling of, like, not knowing what was coming next. And it was stressful. Like, when you're dealing with a completely unknown situation, sometimes it's just... seems like a lot just to go to Walmart.
I mean, my job right now is very similar.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Going to Walmart?
No, the just unknown situation.
Yeah, I got that.
Cass has a job going to Walmart.
I mean, depending on how much they pay.
Damn it! Same problem as before. Have to time those final jumps the same correctly.
I have to get off of Twitter. It already had an outage yesterday.
Yeah, why are you still on Twitter? We've told you this is bad for you. You're supporting you're supporting bad stuff.
You can say that about being on almost any social media.
This is true, but Twitter is like I can tell you with certainty that a number of your friends and followers have moved over to Blue Sky, which is slightly less evil.
Definitely. I don't know.
No, I understand. Like, I was on there for a while.
Like I go on there and I'm like, no, I'm bored. This is not like Twitter is addicting in a way that Blue Sky is just not.
That's fair. But
I find Blue Sky pretty addicting, but I've never used Twitter.
Never?
Never.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't really use Twitter, but I'm on Blue Sky entirely too much right now.
Oh my god. At the end, it gets very confusing.
Oh no.
For me, the interface is just slightly, like, clunkier, so it's like, I don't know.
I mean, legitimately, it took me forever to actually leave Twitter, but when TweetDeck stopped being available, I was just like, oh, screw this. Because it was just, that was slightly better way to use Twitter.
What is TweetDeck?
It was basically like a sort of stripped down version of Twitter. Like, it's just basically your feed, the end. Like, you don't get any of the trending nonsense and whatever the fuck. It was nice. It was nice while it lasted. They literally made it a function of Twitter pay for it, and there's no universe where I'm ever paying for Twitter, as if I wasn't already off of it now, but just the idea of giving them my credit card seemed like such a bad idea. I mean, now they've got my social security number, so I really shouldn't be upset, but whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, as if other entities don't have your social.
I mean, it's the principle of the thing.
Oh, I know. It's an argument that's been made to me as well.
I mean, the sad thing is that, like, you book a hotel and all of your information is spread across the internet forever. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Twitter is just what you use when you when you want to get mad at something.
There's always Reddit.
Not wrong.
I have a Reddit account, but you're not gonna see me using that unless I absolutely have to.
I mean, I feel like Reddit. I've seen that it's good for promoting art. Like, I guess you have to be in the individual communities, but I've definitely seen stuff take off there.
I do have a Reddit account. I have posted there in the past, but I never had a Twitter account.
Are there any particular like Reddit groups that you've used?
Oh, I probably have 2 posts in the Tetris subreddit as opposed to any other subreddit.
2.
2.
Oh my god. Yeah, I wonder if I just press a button and it'll go with it at that point.
So close.
The thing I'm mad about that Twitter brought me today.
Robot bunnies?
No, that was YouTube. There's like a cross post of like this video where this woman's like authors need to stop, what is it? Writing physical descriptions for their female main characters.
Oh, the bouncing boobily?
No, like she's like no, like because I'm self-inserting for them. And on that note, don't write male love interest descriptions because I'm just imagining them as a generic hot guy.
I mean, that's always the funny thing that, like, as somebody who writes fiction randomly, like, and as an avid reader, like, that's sort of the reason I don't describe people in great detail, because, like, there have been a number of books that I've read, particularly, I mean, I even think back on, like, what I was into because I was young and stupid, like the Harry Potter series, where, like, they do vaguely paint a picture of a character, and then they actually attach that to an actor or actress, and it's like, no, that's wrong. Like I could definitely say, like, frickin' Luna Lovegood or whatever the hell their name was, like, absolutely the book description I thought was a different universe from the picture description.
And that's why you never watched the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I understand having like vague descriptions depending like on like if it's necessary, but if you decide to include the description, it's like, I don't know, it's like she's like, this is not your character. I'm self-inserting here. You're not allowed to have a character here.
I'm self-inserting. Get out of my way. Damn it.
It's like, I don't know, that feels like a really weird way to read books.
I mean, some people take death of an author to a whole new level. But yeah, I do have to say, when I'm describing a character in fiction that I've created, it's like, they had black hair and were kind of a person-looking kind of person. Like, you just like give them basic like hair color and height, and people can fill in the details from there. And like maybe if they have like a cool scar, because obviously if they have a cool scar, you have to mention the cool scar.
Obviously.
If they smell particularly bad, that should be mentioned. I've always wanted to have like a series where it's never explained, but just one character always smells like ham, and like nobody knows why, but just it's kind of like, where's that ham scent coming from? It's like, oh, they're Bib Bob are coming.
Oh, you are not a ninja.
Smells vaguely of ham.
You smell so much like ham.
No, really, makes it hard to be a ninja that way.
Damn it! Okay.
Damn it.
Ham it. I'm hamming it up.
Now you are.
All right. If I'm gonna, the next time I reach a damn it point, if I can't do it, I'm gonna see if there's anywhere else I can go in this level, and then maybe pack it up. It's 10:30. We actually started at 8 for a change, and playing this one particular part with these one particular designs might be doing something to my eyes. I have concerns now, since I've been in this one area forever.
I think the main reason why I'm upset at the post is not, well, I mean, like, sure it is, like you know, like the like just sort of like an indignation, like, why would you tell authors what to do with their own story and their own characters? But it's also just like the choices she has for like the male insert. I don't know. They're not even that good. They're just generic, attractive men.
Well, and also I will state that like actual serious response, like, authors don't just create characters for the sake of the audience. Like, sometimes, I mean, I joke about, like, a guy will always smell about, like, ham or something like that. Maybe that's a character trait that isn't going to be immediately obvious that there's a reason for it, but there is a reason for it. And making that, like, some weird thing that you claim you, have better knowledge than the author on is kind of a weird choice.
Yeah.
Weird flex.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you could just, like, not do that.
I will just never understand how people would be like, oh, this is what I am attracted to, and it's just the most boring thing ever. There's a million people that look like that.
Hey man,
Well,
boring
good for
guys
them.
need love too.
They have a lot of options for who to be attracted to.
But again, they choose the most boring option. Like, okay, sure, celebrity with a chiseled face, and I don't know, it's buff or whatever. We get it. We get it. We've
Well, also
seen it all before.
I will say people go through different phases in their lives where they're attracted to, you know, in a manner of speaking, boring or not, or whatever. Like, I feel like my tastes were more vanilla when I was essentially your age, and got more interesting over time as I realized, like, you know, supermodel wasn't the only thing that existed.
Yeah, I have some. I don't know. It's just really annoying to me. I don't know. I don't know why this specifically is a pet peeve for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that, and also you're big into character design in general. Like,
Oh yeah,
you know, you're an
that's
artist,
definitely a
so
factor.
like the idea that somebody's like, no, I'm making up my own dude is like, I can see how that would hit you the wrong way.
I'm gonna interject with a random complaint that's not related.
Go for it.
Fuck daylight savings.
That
Yeah,
happened
fired.
recently. The only reason I noticed that was because I do the fucking Duolingo tournament each week, and it gave me like an extra hour on that, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
I guess you don't look at clocks all day like some of us do.
It's like I kind of do, but I don't have like the best sleep schedule, so it's like I just get up anytime. It's like I look at the clock. Like, oh, okay. I got it.
Also, I will state that it's always the ones you don't think about that suffer the most during these kind of things. But the neighborhood cat the past 2 days has been randomly eating grass in my backyard at like 5:30, and I think it's because he doesn't get daylight savings time and just thinks like, oh, I'm never going to be fed, I better go just eat grass in somebody's backyard. Poor cat. He doesn't know dinner's coming anyway.
Poor thing.
Okay, guess what? I'm just going to stand up here and watch this.
Speaking of the character design thing, yes, that's true. I think that does actually factor into what I find appealing.
Yeah, well, it's completely understandable. It's like you're putting effort into the design. Why is this something else that they can do?
Okay, so you're on cheat mode now. Got it.
I mean, I just saw that this might be an option, and it definitely is. So I'm just gonna see what happens here. Yep, look at all that go through. Yeah, no, I don't think I would have survived that. Oh, there's the key.
You know, if I see a person who's like, oh, their face is interesting to look at, and then if it's like the same model, pretty person, it's like my eyes just glaze over.
That was the end of the level.
Wow.
That makes sense.
All right, well, I think we're going to call it there.
Okay.
So I have enjoyed this game. I would recommend it. It's got little computer people. And Dean and Dan.
Duh.
Hooray for our side. All right, well, good night for now.
Good night.
And we'll see everybody next time. Ooh, excuse me.
Jesus!
That's a good way to end it.
What? I'm allowed to burp.